let's also tell you that Ghana is actively developing its power industry to reach 100% universal energy access and maybe sell electricity to its big brother, neighbor Nigeria. Now, the head of the Generation and Transmission Unit at the Ministry of Energy in Ghana, Hanson Monney, conveyed this during his presentation in Lagos on the second day of the Nigeria Energy Leadership Summit. Monney highlighted that Ghana has already achieved a remarkable 80 to 85% universal energy access within its borders through robust policy formulation and implementation. Well, once again, joining me to unpack this is Adetayo Adegbemile, the CEO, Power Up Nigeria. Thank you, Adetayo, for joining us. Now, we're talking about the Ghana's new policy and their sales plans. What can we make of this development? Can we say that Ghana will be able to sell energy to Nigeria?
All right. What I'm going to just do was when I read that report, the first thing I did was to try and reach out to some of my friends and colleagues that are in Ghana to try and get an overview of what Ghana's power status is. Maybe I should just fill out the data so that everybody can make up their mind from there. Presently, the total installed power generating capacity in Ghana is just 5,000 megawatts, and their daily output is about 4,000 megawatts. That's one. Yes, Ghana presently exports power to a couple of countries like Benin Republic, Togo, Burkina Faso, and sometimes to Cote d'Ivoire. And the total energy that the four countries take from Ghana is roughly about 100 megawatts. So for the Ghana's head of transmission and generation to come to Nigeria and to say that they want to sell power to Nigeria is kind of preposterous and ambitious. Because I doubt it if they have the capacity. This is a situation where my Yoruba people will say that if you stay too long in a bad situation, all sort of bad things will also meet you on that same spot. So yeah, like I said, it is preposterous for him to have said that. And it's a bit ambitious.
Okay, now that will lead me to my next question, talking about how capable the power sector is in Nigeria. Now, we know for a fact that many areas in the country have a relative 24 hours power supply. Even after the two-power grid collapse recently, it was restored really quickly. So can we say that we want to buy more power?
Absolutely, we need more power. I mean, there's no second guessing that we do need more power. But you see, what Mr. Hanson said, Mr. Monney actually, what he said that struck me from his comment is that Ghana has a plan, and they're working through that plan. I'll give you an instance. I understand they presently have a 250 megawatt project ongoing for solar power and for it to be fed into the grid. As we speak right now, the first phase of 50 megawatts has been completed and it's being fed into their national grid. There's another project that's ongoing which has about 20 megawatts also on the national grid. We don't have such landmark projects in Nigeria, unfortunately. The only renewable energy source that's on national grid happens to be our dam. And in fact, if we subject it to further interrogation, I don't think Nigeria officially recognizes our hydropower dams as renewable energy sources. So, yeah, we have pockets of locations that have good power supplies as we speak, but no, we are nowhere near meeting our energy demand, energy needs in Nigeria. And I would say that, yes, we need a lot of work. We have a lot of work to do with our power sector policy.
Okay, speaking of meeting energy needs, say in the nearest possible future, do you think there's a possibility that Nigeria can maintain a 24-hour power supply?
Well, the interesting part of this conversation, though I have my reservation and I've expressed it in a number of on a number of platforms already, is that we have a new Minister of Power that came in and out of the blues, they started promising 20,000 megawatts in 3 years. They started promising they will focus on renewable energy. They started, and all these are statements. I mean, an average man on the street without such portfolio could also say things like that. The question is, so if you want to achieve 20,000 megawatts in 3 years, what are the policies? How do you achieve it? What's your plan? What's the roadmap to achieving that 20,000 megawatts? Part of the challenges that we are having as we speak right now is we have issues with metering. We have over 6 million consumers unmetered. And that's even being conservative because we don't even know how many people are connected to our national grid. We have problems with our wheeling capacity at TCN. We can't still do officially, we can't still do more than 7,000 megawatts. So even if all our plants, which the last minister put at 22,000 megawatts, some people have doubted it also. If all our plants decide to go live today, how do we manage this power? How do we get it to the places where they need it? Those are the questions that I believe the minister should be answering and be telling us the roadmap to achieving his 20,000 megawatts projection. We also have a problem with sources of gas for our power plants. We have a lot of power plants that are built in places where gas cannot even get to. I mean, we have issues with Gencos also complaining about the pricing of gas. I think all of us are complaining because our gas is dominated in dollars. The question we've been asking, why is it done? Why are we dominating our local consumption in dollars? We are not producing these things ourselves. And what that also means is that immediately dollar value changes, our local industry also changes. I mean, I listened to the last interview that you had. These are the places where manufacturers need to also come and do serious advocacy. We don't have any reason denominating our dollar. I mean, our gas that we are producing ourselves in Nigeria, we don't have any reason denominating it in dollars. Yes, if you are selling outside the country, we can do that in dollars. But for local consumption, we should have a different market for that. So these are the kind of challenges that I believe that the minister should be speaking to. And these are the kind of challenges I believe that we need to see the building block before we can start talking about even having 24 hours power supply at all.
Okay, Adetayo, these challenges you mentioned are things that are very essential and, normally should have been long before solved. So do you think that it is because we haven't prioritized the energy sector enough?
Well, subsequent governments have always made promises and have always, said they were going to fix the problem. But at every particular point in time, we're always having issues. I mean, we had a government that started the power sector privatization. Another government came in and pulled it back for like 2 years. Another government came in and tried to rush it through. Another government came in and just did almost virtually nothing for another 4 years. Apart from the initial 4 years that Mr. Babajide Fashola did and was trying to move things around. So, like I keep saying, we've had issues with inconsistent policies. We've had issues, with inconsistent implementation of policies. Everybody comes in and wants to start afresh. Everybody comes in and, wants to change direction, maybe change people that are doing things. I will continue to say this till eternity. We have no business without Siemens project that the federal government got into in 2019. We don't have a single business with that project. As we speak right now, that project has not yielded a dime of 1 kilowatt hour to the national grid. And we have spent millions, traveling all over the world, trying to build transformers that an ordinary OEM can actually get for us. I know, and all these kind of issues. So those are the kind of issues that we keep having consistently. We've not really had consistent policies and policy implementation. Look at the issue of metering, for instance. I have been at the vanguard of calling for a focus on local meter manufacturers. As we speak today, I understand that dollars has crossed over 1,000 naira. The meter manufacturers, as late as April, demanded for a change in prices because they couldn't continue to, renew their inventory. Now, that was when even dollar was about 700. Now, dollar has gone to 1,000. We keep hurting ourselves when we don't take the right decisions. Part of the right decision we should be taking is
to look at how to establish local meter manufacturers. One of the questions I also put forward, look at the money that they are saving from fuel subsidy removal. There is a way this money can get to Nigerians. Federal government can take 10 billion, fund local meter manufacturers, get them to start materials, sourcing for local materials to do materials, so that we don't continue to depend on dollars and we don't continue to shift the doomsday. I mean, that's what we keep doing. Or we keep waiting, we keep hoping. Meanwhile, the policies that we're implementing are not helping, the industries that we are building in Nigeria. The same thing is happening with the power sector. What is happening in the generality of economy is what is also affecting Nigeria's power sector.
So does this now mean that we need to look critically into the capability and efficiency of the manpower in that sector? Because according to analysts, they will tell you that...
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. We need a solution where, I have put this case forward in a number of, official letters and submissions to the federal government. The power sector is so sensitive that we don't have to just make an appointment off the cuff. Political appointment. We don't need political appointment anymore. We need professionals to handle this thing. And we need people that have shown capacity. It's not just to say we need an engineer and you go and bring one engineer from Columbus University because he's the president's friend or somebody knows him or recording. We need somebody that have made contribution to the power sector, that have said, come, this thing is wrong, this is where we believe it should be done. Put them in the pool. Position for them to actually come forward and take decisions that will help the power sector. See, if I have ideas on how I want to implement, metering, for instance, why is federal government not talking to me? If there are people out there that have shown that they have preached one or two ideas, why is federal government not calling them into a room and saying, come, okay, how does this work? And how do we proceed from there? Instead of just making appointments from nowhere, people that have never, in fact, for instance, I'm sorry to say, this is nothing personal, but I have never heard the President Minister of Power saying anything about power, making any contribution about power, or giving us ideas on how he feels the power sector can be resolved. The issues we have can be resolved. All of a sudden, he wakes up one morning and he finds himself as the Minister of Power. What are his antecedents? What are his ideas? What is he bringing? So yes, we need to put the right peg in the right holes for us to make progress in this sector.
Well, we do indeed need to put the right pegs in the right hole. CEO, Power Up Nigeria, Adetayo Adegbemile, thank you so much for your time with us on the news.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Well, you're still watching News Central now. We go on a very quick break, and when we come back, more stories. Please stay with us.